let's get it.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to our Microsoft Viva community call for November, where we are going to recap our employee experience announcements from Ignite 2024, which happened last week, and I think we are all still recovering from. So I'll walk through our agenda just to give you a little highlight of what's to come. I'll talk about some announcements and upcoming events. So the blog posts that we released involving all our new news and events to come as we close out this year. We'll take you through some new employee experience announcements at Ignite. So I have here with me Mike Walsh in the studio, who will cover Viva Measurement Ignite news. I'll talk about the new employee self-service agent and Microsoft 365 Copilot. And then we'll close off by talking about the Viva Communications Ignite news and hopefully have a little time for Q&A. We do have quite a bit of content to get through, so we'll see if we get there, but please put your comments, questions in the community below in the comments area if you are watching this live. I did want to remind folks about our digital employee code of conduct, but first I want to take us through, as I mentioned, the vlogs and events that we have released, and kind of have a recap of everything that you'll hear today. So first one here is our Ignite 2024 new innovation for the AI-powered workforce. So that's going to be your wrap-up blog post of everything you're going to hear today to share around, as well as Viva Glint and Insights specific blog, our introduction of Copilot Analytics, what's new in Viva Amplify, and then our introducing the employee self-service agent and Microsoft 365 Copilot over on the Microsoft 365 Copilot community blog. We also do have two upcoming events on December 13th. We have all about the employee self-service agent in Microsoft 365 Copilot. So if after you have heard what we have to say today, you want to learn more, you want to bring some other folks from your organization into the fold to learn more, that's a webinar totally devoted to the employee self-service agent. So you can learn more there. And on December 10th, we have our Microsoft Viva community call, last of the year, and more details to come on that soon. I believe our community manager will also be posting the links to all of these on our community event page for this event. So you can click through there and sign up for the events and read the blogs. So digital event code of conduct, this is something we make sure is clear before any event, but our mission is to empower every person in every organization on the planet to achieve more. And to do that, we all need to respect each other. We do not tolerate harassment or discrimination of any kind. So please be kind. So moving to the next slide, I'm going to start us off by kind of teeing up how we talked about Microsoft Viva and the employee experience at Ignite, and what's changed and what is currently changing. So, in today's rapidly evolving business landscape, AI is really not just a buzzword anymore. It's a game changer, and it's reshaping enterprise and individual productivities. So that's business processes, that's customer experience, and that's most importantly, the employee experience, which really drives all of these. We've learned, we've heard a lot of, I think if you've been tuning into Ignite at all, you've heard a lot about how the right tool in the right hands really has the power to spark transformation. And I think we learned this through the role the internet played in democratizing knowledge at our fingertips, or the advent of smartphones, or even you can think about marketing automation software. These tools have really radically changed our lives and how we work. And now we're seeing the potential of the next great shift. So this new era of AI. But, and what we also are learning is that organizations that invest in culture and employee experience have a faster transformation and can kind of implement AI easier and see the impact faster. So moving to the next slide. We know that the employee experience is ripe for AI disruption. So analysts and business leaders are predicting the entire employee experience category is ready. So this includes the rise of employee chatbots and self-service capabilities and the emergence of AI-driven, skills-focused talent marketplaces. This is going to really require a tight partnership between IT, HR, and functional business leaders to navigate this next wave of innovation. And whatever your business priorities and strategies are, Microsoft Viva, along with Microsoft Copilot, really provide a robust platform. So on the next slide, for your business to power your employee experience transformation as you embrace this AI journey. So with the comprehensive suite of tools and services like Microsoft 365 Copilot and the Copilot Extensibility Stack framework, you can kind of have these robust tools to transform the employee self-service experience, in addition to all the capabilities that Viva provides that we're going to hear Mike talk about, and that we'll talk a little bit about when it comes to our communications capability. And so moving to the next slide, Viva helps across these three key pillars. So communications, skilling, and measurement. So first, employee communications, successful AI adoption, starting with setting your AI strategy and creating confidence on that strategy with the right omni-channel communications and through community. And then next, skilling. So you need to enable employees with the right AI skills, knowledge, and resources to achieve their goals and deliver impact. And lastly, it's important to create a feedback flywheel using voice of the employee and workplace analytics to measure that impact on both productivity and business outcomes. And of course, we have some really exciting announcements to talk about there. And we'll talk about each of these pillars today. I did want to highlight our new Campari customer story, which hopefully John, our community manager, can also link to in the comments here as well, which really brings together how Microsoft Viva combined with the power of Copilot drive impact in an organization and really help navigate the complexity, simplify, and get employees to get the most out of Copilot so that your business can as well. I'm going to highlight just one specific quote here, which I love in the center. Viva is the marketplace in our village, the community space where we break down geographical and team barriers. And so moving to the next slide, as we think about, one of the most important aspects for driving strong technology adoption and change management, that's employee communications and leadership engagement, right? You hear all the time, it comes from the top. And Microsoft has several tools available. And so we have this in our communications pillar. We have leadership engagement, onboarding, DEI and communities, omni-channel campaigns, and analytics. And we'll talk a little bit more about our latest releases there in a bit. And specifically in the communications realm, this is, again, one of our latest customer stories, which speaks to the actual customer value that customers are seeing here, which is we launched a 7-week communications campaign through Viva Amplify to strengthen the awareness of how to use Copilot. After the campaign, usage picked up to 80%. So that's a really dramatic shift and shows how Viva can really be that employee experience engine to drive the impact on investment that we know leaders are looking for. And for roadmap on communications, I'm not going to drain the slide because we're going to go a little deeper here. But available now, we announced that you can designate experts and verify knowledge. You can now there are now AI-powered moderation tools in Engage so that you do not have to start from scratch. You kind of have a partner there. There will be adaptive cards coming into preview in Copilot now and Copilot and Viva Amplify Editor. So those are all available now. Now moving on to the skilling area. Ensuring that employees have kind of the right skills is a top priority for business leaders, but many organizations today are facing an AI skills gap and really don't know how to address it. So we just released the new Microsoft Copilot Academy, where we've centralized learning experiences for your organization to supercharge their Copilot skills. And next year, we will also be launching our new AI-powered skills service. So this service will leverage data from the Microsoft Graph and LinkedIn Skills Graph to create a skills profile for employees, allowing organizations to understand talent skills and gaps, and will personalize skills-based experiences throughout Microsoft 365 for employees, business leaders, and HR. And so moving to the next slide, I'll just close out on measurement. So the measuring the impact and value of AI. Again, I'm not going to drain the slide because I know that Mike has a lot to say about this. He runs this this area for us. But here we have our employee surveys and action taking, behavioral and collaboration insights, out-of-box reports and custom analytics, as well as goals and OKRs. And Mike is going to touch on all the new goodness that we've launched there. And so, when we think about your AI adoption journey and then everything that Microsoft Viva has to kind of help you with there, we have the Copilot dashboard in GA now, Copilot Academy in GA now, Copilot Community Templates in GA now, Copilot Impact Survey in GA now, and the Copilot Business Outcome Report in preview. And Mike will kind of take us through that in his section. So let's just jump to Mike's section for Viva Measurement Ignite News. We can skip this one, and he'll take us through the latest announcements.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, Lucy. Walsh here. I look after our measurement products with Viva and also covering a lot of our Copilot measurement activities. And that kind of leads us to some of the exciting announcements that we had last week at Ignite. We introduced Copilot Analytics powered by Viva Insights. And so what Copilot Analytics does is it kind of summarizes and takes in a lot of our existing Copilot reporting capabilities and puts it into a name that we can kind of use to reference all the capabilities across this. One being our out-of-the-box measurement tools within the Copilot dashboard that helps you understand usage and adoption, to this brand new Copilot Business Impact Report that allows you to track the ROI of Copilot via how Copilot usage relates to your business KPIs. And I'll get into that one in a lot more detail here in just a second. And the last piece is really bringing in all of the advanced insights and analytics from Viva Insights into Copilot itself to allow customers to do their own custom reporting, tailor pre-built reports, and really dig a lot deeper than what may be available within the dashboard. So we're very excited to announce that Copilot Analytics is here, and it's included now with your M365 Copilot license to really help you measure and understand the value of Copilot and ROI at your company. So I'm going to go into a little more detail here on some of these big components. The first one, hopefully, that you've seen before is the Microsoft Copilot dashboard. This was our out-of-the-box tool. It comes with Microsoft 365 Copilot, and it's really geared for leaders and admins to understand Copilot usage and adoption and kind of broader impact within the organization. So you can use this tool to understand how license utilization is going across your company. Where are pockets where you might be able to improve license utilization or reallocate those licenses. Another piece could be an understanding the adoption and usage of Copilot amongst different groups, and how does Copilot usage compare against groups, and how does the impact actually compare of Copilot users versus non-Copilot users when it comes to things like meetings attended or email sent or chat sent or time savings. So all of that is available within the Copilot dashboard today. And I'll get into the next one. The next piece here is all about our advanced Copilot reporting capabilities. And these are powered by and through Viva Insights and the Analyst Workbench piece of Viva Insights. So Viva Insights, as you know, does a lot of reporting across the employee experience, bringing in that M365 collaboration data with your organizational data so you can create different views for your organization. But we've also really focused in on bringing in signals from Microsoft 365 Copilot. So we heard that customers do want to go deeper than what's available in the dashboard. They want to create their own custom reports. They want to have longer data sets. They want to start mixing and matching different M365 graph data or third-party data, understand Copilot impact on their business. And that's what you can do within the Viva Insights Analyst Workbench and these advanced Copilot reports. So some of the capabilities unique for this customized Copilot reporting is, you can pull in data from Copilot usage longer than 28 days. There's a limit in the dashboard. That limit doesn't exist within Viva Insights. You can also filter and group using custom organizational attributes. And you can create brand new custom reports from scratch, or you can also utilize the pre-built reports that we've put into Viva Insights and tailor those and augment those to match your organization and your reporting needs. So a lot of power within Viva Insights for this advanced customized Copilot reporting. Okay, and then last, the big thing that we announced last week too was this Copilot Business Impact Report. And so this is a big innovation when it comes to Copilot reporting. We've all talked about how, we know Copilot is transforming business, and we can see how its usage is impacting things like, again, emails sent, emails summarized, drafts created. A lot of this comes down to time savings, but we know that customers and leaders want more than just time savings. They want to understand, what's the value, what's the impact to the bottom line. And the Business Impact Report helps customers understand that. So the way this report works is it sits within the Viva Insights Analyst Workbench, but analysts can use this report to tailor it for any function or any team that's using Copilot within their company. And they can use this pre-built report by uploading their third-party data for a specific function that may be using Copilot. For example, let's say my sales team is using Copilot heavily. Well, I may want to upload different CRM metrics like sales win rates or close won opportunities to see how Copilot usage impacts those different metrics. Another example could be within customer service, like how quickly are you resolving tickets, or NPS scores, satisfaction rates. Does Copilot have an impact on those success metrics? All that can be tailored and customized within this Business Impact Report. And that is now available today in public preview, expected to GA in Q1 calendar year 25. And with that, I just want to kind of play a quick video to just walk you all through it in about 90 seconds, and I'll go a little bit deeper after that. So let's roll the video.
Understand the impact of Microsoft 365 Copilot. With the Copilot Business Impact Report powered by Viva Insights. Dive deeper into how Copilot usage aligns with your business metrics to drive adoption, impact, and value across your company. At Microsoft, we've used these insights across our teams, like in sales, to understand how Copilot usage relates to key sales metrics and improve performance. Now you can too. Customize your analysis for any function using your metrics. From your business data in a pre-built report in Viva Insights. Start by identifying the teams, business outcomes, and data sources to measure. Define what good looks like. You're now set to look at your results. In one view, see how Copilot usage relates to your business outcomes. In this example, we're creating a report for sales. You can customize this for any function. Go beyond the surface and uncover how those with favorable business outcomes use Copilot to get their work done. Understand what Copilot usage behaviors are related to your metrics and identify what teams to focus your Copilot adoption efforts on. KPIs vary by function, industry, and more. Get started by identifying your teams with high Copilot usage and the business metrics and data sources for measurement. Check out the Microsoft Copilot Scenario Library to get inspired by how Copilot can influence business processes and outcomes across different functional scenarios. Harness the power of the Copilot Business Impact Report today and unlock valuable insights to drive your business forward.
All right, thanks a lot. Okay, that's our quick little teaser video on the new Impact Report. And a couple things there. I'm going to talk a little bit about how to get started and how to think through this, because this really is a new way of thinking about the impact of this technology on your business and your organization. And we know it's not just about like turning on a new technology and then hoping that it works. You have to be very intentional in how you go about implementing and driving adoption and training folks and really focusing your efforts on the right areas of opportunity. So we recommend to get started is to really focus in on a specific function or team or group within your organization that you think can benefit from the AI powers, through Copilot and really transform those business processes. We have this Copilot scenario library here that we can link to in a second. And that'll actually help you take a look at like, how can Copilot help me in these different functions, whether it be customer service or finance or HR or even different types of industries. This will give you an inspiration on how to use Copilot within those different functions on specific processes and how those affect specific metrics within that function. Another big step here is really to understand and tie into like the business champion of that Copilot project. So that can often be someone, in an executive or leadership position within a function. And it's really important to get their buy-in here early on in the process, because they'll help define the metrics and the strategy for driving AI adoption within that function and helping you actually get the metrics that are really necessary to upload into this report. So let's go to the next one here. We also have a list here of some recommended metrics within a function that could be tracked with this business impact report. It's a couple things on this to note is that it's important to have metrics that are tied to the individual level versus a team or a company level. So tracking Copilot impact on revenue is not possible through this report, because we're looking at how Copilot usage for an individual impacts that specific metric. So in this case, we're going to be looking at like, if I go down the sales road, you can see like how some good metrics to track would be opportunities pursued, deal size, win rates. Jumping over to finance, we're looking at forecast accuracy, deal time review, customer service, HR, IT ticket systems. Those are great functions as well to use to understand how Copilot can speed up the resolution of those tickets and also deliver better service and faster resolution rates. Okay, and we'll keep going to the next one. So kind of to help folks get started, we recommend having just creating a simple plan on a page. And here's a template which takes some of those two slides I just showed into one slide here. And this really is something that should be done with you and your business champion to understand how Copilot can impact that function and what are ultimately the metrics that you want to track for success. So within this function, you'll identify kind of the key goals and vision with Copilot for that function. But looking below, you're looking at then working with your the champion to understand and identify the right business metrics and the data sources from which to pull from. Those could be within different systems, like maybe a CRM system or an ERP system. So it's important to be able to connect and work across your organization to get those data sets in. Let's keep going. And then here's just a few more requirements to really get going. One is, do you have that business sponsor in place to help shepherd and guide the metrics and strategy for AI adoption and help you gather that data? 2 and 3 are all about delivering the right number of Copilot licenses and Viva Insights licenses to that group of users who you are going to analyze for this report. Next is then making sure you assign the right Viva Insights admin analyst roles assigned to run these reports. And then 5 and 6 are really just getting the data and uploading it into Viva Insights through a CSV file or an Azure Blob Store route. We have more documentation on this available, but we do have a CSV template that's available that you can use to upload, and then that will help the report will then run off of those metrics to compare Copilot usage to those metrics. Okay, I'm going to walk through a little kind of click-through demo here on how the report works. And actually, we had a late-breaking change in this just prior to tonight. We were calling this the Business Outcome Report, but we're actually now calling it the Copilot Business Impact Report. So where you see outcome in like a slide like this, it'll now say Business Impact within the report itself. Thank you to whoever is writing impact there. That looks great. Very professionally designed. Okay. All right, let's get started. So I click next on get started. And this is just kind of a little disclaimer, tells you a little bit more about the report. I'm going to click next again. And then I'm on to the setup page. So this assumes at this point I've already uploaded my business data for tracking. And in this case, in this example I'm going to walk through, I'm looking at the impact of Copilot on sales. And so I've uploaded data for win rates, deals created, and deals won. And in this first setup step, I will actually define what good looks like for those metrics. So I can use the sliders to adjust what does a good win rate mean for my organization, or what is a good deals created or deals won. What is that? What are those thresholds that I want to define as a favorable business outcome? And then the report will also tell me the number of users that match that favorable business outcome, that threshold. So then I click next. So at that point, I've already just defined what good looks like, what's a good business outcome. Now I'm going to look at okay, how does Copilot usage differ amongst this group of employees? And so here I can see the distribution of Copilot usage amongst this employee group, from inactive to low to medium to high usage. And then I can use the sliders again to adjust those thresholds, move them left to right to see how it changes and how the group size changes between this. So this looks good, and I'll hit done. And now I'm ready to look at the report. And so within this one quick view, this snapshot view, I'm actually able to look at how Copilot usage impacts some of these key sales metrics. So if I'm zooming in on the table on the left, I'm now looking at win rates, deals created, and deals won. And going left to right, I can see how high usage of Copilot has that 55%. But then it starts dropping as I move to the right, 36, 16, and 13. And so a similar story also plays out with deals created and deals won. So in this one quick view, I'm able to look at how, again, Copilot usage amongst this team, my sales team, relates to these key business metrics. And I can start tracking and proving out the value and ROI of Copilot when it comes to, is my team winning more? Yes. Are they creating more deals? Yes. Are they winning more deals? Yes. And so this is, again, just how you look at a quick snapshot of the impact of Copilot on your sales. Yeah, if I could click next on this trend button, I can see how that trends over time and how it plays out over time. So this will allow me to look at, does the high Copilot usage consistently outperform other buckets of Copilot usage? This just gives me more kind of granularity into understanding the trends of Copilot and the impact over time. I'm going to go back and click explore more. This page now is looking at how Copilot behavior influences a specific outcome. So on the left-hand side, I'm looking at a metric for deals created. And this is going to tell me that for the employees that are doing a great job creating deals, the high deals that I've defined earlier, how are they using Copilot? And in this case, they're using Copilot actions more frequently. They're using Copilot more actively across days, and they're using more Copilot features per month. And this gives me a quick sense of okay, if I concentrate on these types of behaviors of Copilot, I'm more likely to get those positive business outcomes when it comes to deals created. Right, let's click on the next one here. And you can switch this by the different metrics to see okay, behavior for deals won is actually a little bit of a different behavior. And then I'll go back to the impact summary report. So now I've looked at, again, the overall impact of Copilot on my outcomes, how the behavior of Copilot is driving and helping people achieve those outcomes. But the next big thing is people want to know, okay, well, what are the things that people are actually doing with Copilot to get to those results? So I'm going to hit explore more. And now this view actually shows you the top features, Copilot features that employees are using to help get those business outcomes. So in this case, on the left-hand side, again, I'm looking at monthly win rate. And what are employees doing who are just crushing it with monthly win rate? Well, they're using the Copilot chat, they're drafting email responses, they're summarizing meetings, and more, as you can see below. So this gives me a quick sense of okay, here's how people are actually using Copilot to get their work done, which is leading to successful business outcomes that I care about. And so we're hearing from our early private preview customers. There's a great view here into understanding how to tailor your enablement strategies or your rollout strategies, and then ultimately make Copilot successful within your function, have the biggest impact at your business. Okay, I'll keep scrolling through, and I think that's about it for the demo here. On the right, we also will show you how different groups of Copilot usage differs by team or by geography, to give you a sense of where you could invest more adoption efforts to drive even more impact. All right, thanks. That was a quick overview of the new business impact report. We're very excited again about that report. It is available in public preview now, so I recommend taking a look at that, and definitely take a look at the blog post that we have, and as well as the documentation available. Okay, I think I got just a couple more slides here, and we might be pulling that up. Oh, there it is. Going back to the beginning.
I think we need to go back just one slide Thank you. Go ahead, Mike.
This is it? Okay. All right, cool. Thanks, Lucy. Okay, so we really focused a lot on Copilot Analytics at Ignite and that new business impact report, but we also have more. So recently launched, we just talked about the reporting aspects, but at the bottom there, we recently launched Glint 360s and multi-tenant organizational support. So now you can use Glint, to help employees get feedback on their own personal growth and development, and use Glint across different tenants within your organization. Available now, some big things that we didn't discuss are actually Copilot and Viva Glint and the Glint and Insights integration. Glint and Insights integration has been a big piece of work that we're very excited to put into GA. This allows you to look at sentiment behavior from Glint alongside behavioral and collaboration data from Insights in a report within the Glint heat map, or you can actually start to customize this within Insights itself. But this is a great big breakthrough for our measurement pillar overall, because it's bringing in these two data sets that have generally been distinct and separate into now a combined view to allow customers to understand and go a little bit deeper into why employee sentiment might be, what might be the behaviors driving different aspects of employee sentiment and engagement. These could be things on productivity or communication, or if people are just being disengaged, what might be driving that? Are there certain collaboration patterns, behaviors, working outside after hours or on weekends, or too many emails, too many meetings? Let's look at the impact of those workplace patterns on that actual specific piece of employee engagement. And then Copilot and Viva Glint, super excited for that. That helps employees or leaders and managers understand and quickly summarize the often hundreds, thousands of comments that they may be receiving within a Viva Glint survey. We've had customers previously on webinars talk about how this, it would take them 3 months to look at all the comments, pull together a report on what are the top themes and feedback and opportunity areas coming from their employees through feedback. And now you can do this instantly with Copilot, summarizing those comments, allowing you to explore what are people saying, categorize them by top opportunities, top strengths, proactive recommendations, and the like. So huge breakthrough there in Copilot and Viva Glint. And then the last one is Copilot and Viva Insights Analyst Experience. This is now in preview within Viva Insights. This allows analysts to kind of get some extra help from Copilot when building a brand new query. So we know that building a query can be tricky and difficult. You got to know the right metrics. You got to figure out what are the right attributes to pull, and there can often be hundreds of these within your organization. Well, the new Copilot and Viva Insights Analyst Experience helps you create those queries just through natural language prompts, and it'll suggest the right metrics to pull and the right attributes to pull for you to create your report a lot faster. And then just kind of looking ahead, coming soon, we're going to continue to invest in a lot more when it comes to Copilot measurement. So just expect more when it comes to more signals on measuring Copilot across different Copilot products. And a big thing coming is within Copilot agents. So we talked a lot about Copilot agents last week at Ignite, and Lucy's going to talk about that too in here in just a minute. Well, support and reporting for that, for Copilot agents and the impact on your business, is coming in H1 calendar year 25. Lots to go there. All right, so I think that might be it. There may be one more slide. No.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Copilot Analytics during our breakout session at Ignite was one of the most exciting things talked about. You got a round of applause for that. So,
Oh, thank you.
yeah, and a lot of excitement at the booth around that too.
Awesome. Good to hear.
Yeah. I think, as soon as exciting technology like Microsoft 365 Copilot releases, the next question is always, what's the ROI? And so we're hearing that from customers again and again. And that's part of our, this is the beginnings of our response to that. So exciting stuff. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm going to talk about the employee self-service agent and Microsoft 365 Copilot. I think this was the other piece that got quite a bit of applause. The employee self-service agent will come free of charge to any user with a Microsoft 365 Copilot license, and is designed to kind of build value into Microsoft 365 Copilot based on where customers tell us there's a real pain point. So earlier I talked about what's on the left side of this slide and what's really powered by Microsoft Viva. So much of what Mike just walked us through, which is that employee engagement and workforce transformation and measurement piece. And now we're moving into that sort of second chapter here, which is the employee self-service, use case and how the agent will support employees in speedily and more in a simplified way, completing IT and HR support tasks, and even assisting with onboarding and career support. So, we're starting with these IT and HR scenarios because we know they're the heaviest for employees at this moment. But we will be expanding into facilities and legal and much deeper use cases as we continue down our path. So our goal with AI is to create a daily habit. So to deliver experiences that are transformative, used daily. And we know that a key pain point in the employee journey revolves around just basic HR and IT support, day-to-day problems employees encounter that matter to them. But research really shows that AI can be doing a better job here. 76% of employees find it difficult to quickly access company resources and guidelines important to them. So, what's our PTO policy? Like, how do I apply for parental leave? And 53% struggle to locate regularly needed workplace tools to support. So password reset, device setup, my multi-factor authentication is no longer working. And not to mention, there are so many different support experiences employees have to navigate that are delivered in silos from HR, IT, facilities, and beyond. And employee self-service is a top priority, not only for, employees and top pain point, but also for business leaders. So the majority of employees are still finding it difficult to get the information they need. A recent study from Gartner also tells us that employee self-service is the #1 AI use case for IT and HR leaders. We heard from a lot of folks who swung by the booth at Ignite, like, this is low-hanging fruit, but much easier said than done. This is something that, on the evolutionary curve of from searchable internal sites to the employee chatbot. Now this is sort of the next layer of that evolutionary curve, and there's a ton of interest. And many of the IT leaders we spoke to at Ignite said they'd been specifically mandated by HR leaders in the organization to find out more about how Microsoft was going to be delivering on this with Copilot. So very exciting, and we're excited to be able to deliver this value. So moving on to the next slide, much of the employee experience frustration we know really lies in the ability for employees to find this information, their HR and IT related information, like their benefits info, policies, career management. Microsoft alone has 108 tools. For example, 15 are for recruiting alone. And most organizations have a systematic approach to their employee services model, where the goal is to drive omni-channel employee services and points like search, portals, knowledge base, etc. But even there, employees have to search through many resources. They're unable to find the info they need. They don't know, what is a kind of one official space to find that answers. Often there's conflicting information across databases. And in some organizations, HR ops, help desk have implemented bots only to leave most employees disappointed because they're not trustworthy enough. People essentially give up on them, and this really increases admin cost. So in the age of AI, HR employee self-service is really ripe for disruption. And we think this space is an untapped opportunity with the emergence of Copilot, our fine-tuned LLM that we're working on, especially to understand when there's a sensitive issue that requires a handoff to a live agent, and GPT-4. So with the goal of containing all self-service through Copilot and deflecting case and inquiries to HR, we want to radically improve the employee experience and employee satisfaction. So hoping to deliver, on both ends there. And this is where Copilot and agents can help. So the employee self-service agent in Microsoft 365 Copilot, it's in private preview now. And it is a new set of capabilities to expedite common workplace policy related questions, simplify HR and IT related tasks, connecting new knowledge bases, resources, and systems in HR and IT for faster resolution and streamlined employee experience. So the employee self-service agent is experienced in Microsoft 365 Copilot Biz Chat, and is pre-pinned there, but will be configurable in Copilot Studio to make sure that admins have both the kind of flexibility they need, but also the control they need over how employees are getting these very important and personal pieces of information. So essentially, in this new world, you don't need to navigate a bunch of resources, portals, silos across different HR and IT systems. You're going to be able to ask your agent to retrieve your PTO balance, then log your PTO request, and then just get back to your day-to-day work without having to go through multiple tools and workspaces. And really, with what the product team is building, so exciting. That's actually just a very, I would say, surface use case, I think, compared to what is coming and what is possible. So with that, I did want to show you just a sizzle video, kind of overview video of what the agent has to offer. And then I'll talk about, next steps if you'd like to learn more or sign up for private preview and be a part of it and giving us feedback as we shape the product. And then I will close us out by talking about what's coming to, or what was just announced and what's landing in Viva Communications. So yeah, with that, let's watch the sizzle video.
In the new era of AI, Copilot and agents have the potential to reimagine the employee experience. Introducing the Employee Self-Service Agent in Microsoft 365 Copilot. The agent delivers fast, accurate answers to policy questions and simplifies workplace tasks, starting with HR and IT support. It works with you and even for you. Get personalized information based on employee profile data and easily delegate tasks like updating profiles, checking ticket status, and requesting leave, all in one place. The Employee Self-Service Agent is tailored to your company's policies, benefits, and documentation, drawing on data in the Microsoft Graph, knowledge resources, and connected HR and IT apps. Employee Self-Service Agent makes your Microsoft 365 Copilot experience work better for you. And in Copilot Studio, HR and IT teams can further customize, configure, and enhance the agent. This means fewer support tickets, time back for HR and IT teams, and higher employee efficiency and satisfaction. Empower users and streamline processes with a single starting point for employee answers and actions. From planning parental leave to resolving technical issues, ensure a seamless, supportive employee experience with the Employee Self-Service Agent in Microsoft 365 Copilot. Now in private preview.
So that's a little sort of movie trailer for the agent, and I did want to leave you before we move on to our communications area with ways that you can learn more. So the first is check out one of our upcoming webinars. I think in the comments on, if you're watching this on our events page in the Viva community, there should be a link to the December 12th one, which is coming up. We also have one on January 16th and February 13th. And these are just a chance to learn more about the employee self-service agent, get a live demo, ask any questions, bring any other leaders or stakeholders into the learning environment and experience around this. You can also sign up to learn more and join the private preview for the employee self-service agent. So if you want to be a part of the private preview, if you have at least 1,000 Microsoft 365 Copilot licenses deployed by the end of this year, then you can join and get early access and give us feedback. And then talk to our team. So if you've learned more, you've signed up for private preview, and you want to talk to some of our HR leaders, or you want to layer more learning here into your EBC, your executive business review, let us know, and we will make sure that we connect you to the right folks. I'm going to close us out with our Viva Communications Ignite news. A lot of exciting work here done by Michael Holste and the team. So if we go to the next slide, we've announced Storyline and Teams. So Teams will integrate core capabilities from Viva Engage. This is going to bring new ways for leaders and employees to share and connect with colleagues across the org. It's going to enable leaders to share news, clarify vision, model culture, and Storyline and Teams will enable employees to share perspective and experience, and additional experiences will be integrated in the future. So for leaders and corporate communicators, this integration really offers a new way to reach all of your employees from the front line up through every level of your company, helping engage in this two-way dialogue and share what's top of mind and see rich engagement details. And after Storyline, next we'll bring communities into Teams. So that's going to further increase the reach of your comms impact. And going to the next slide, we've heard your feedback. Yes, Engage is a powerful tool for creating new connections, building knowledge, leadership communication. However, during times of controversy, global instability, it can also elevate unwanted distractions. So to give you more control over what content is amplified in your network, we're going to introduce a new feature called Content Alerts. So you'll now be able to look for themes of your choosing, proactively mute conversations about controversial topics to prevent elevation and distraction. We'll also modernize keyword detection capabilities as part of this feature, and more innovation is coming in the new year as well, including real-time analysis of new posts versus your company communication policy. Engage Q&A coming to Microsoft 365 Copilot. So Q&A from public engaged communities are now available in the Microsoft 365 workplace search. That's going to span Being at Work, Office.com, SharePoint. And this vast source of engaged knowledge is coming to Microsoft 365 Copilot. So that's going to help ground common knowledge, share across your organization, increasing accuracy and consistency. And soon you're going to be able to see this in the reference hover card in Copilot. You'll be able to see if an answer has been verified, and that'll give you some further confidence in the response. Community admins can now designate experts, helping to scale the load of managing the knowledge shared in the community. So experts can mark best answer to questions, and will have an exclusive ability to mark an answer as verified. So others can kind of rest assured the information is trustworthy. And communities also now have new filters to make it easier to find and respond to unanswered questions or those needing a best or verified answer. And community experts get a tag next to their name, helping them get recognition for their efforts. So Viva Engage team has been very busy, and I'm not going to drain this slide because I want to make sure in our last minutes here we get through all the other parts of our communications area. So on the next slide, campaign goals. Moving on to Viva Amplify. We recently launched campaign goals in Viva Amplify. So as you see in the slide, campaign goals are now integrated into the campaign brief setup and help you define and set the goals and objectives of a campaign. It helps you establish a clear path It guides every action decision. You don't have to go somewhere else to sort of set those goals and objectives. And this is not all. Even though there's no live feedback, so moving on to the next slide, or questions in this session, I know that your question is about click-through rates and dwell time. We heard you. These are the most requested functionalities by communicators, and we can tell you today that yes, they are coming. We are bringing click-through rates and dwell time into the Amplify reports, so you can see how many people have opened your links, how long they are engaging with your content for. And because Viva is built on top of Microsoft 365, we are able to capture graph signals and click-through traffic throughout the popular apps you use every day, like Teams, SharePoint, Outlook, and Engage. Another major addition to Amplify's capabilities is the ability to publish directly to Engage communities and storylines from within Viva Amplify. And of course, to also see the engagement of the audience Engage as part of the consolidated reporting in Amplify. So this is also pretty exciting and a nice request we've heard from customers again and again. And before we dive into the world of AI for Amplify, just 2 additional features coming soon. First, publication copy. We know that communicators often need to send multiple variations of the same content to stakeholders or reuse content and publications for future installments. So to better support, you'll be able to copy and duplicate publications and pull over all existing content, including text, images, customizations, including granular changes you've made to specific distribution channels. So you can then save a copy and continue editing as you need. And so now we'll talk about our investments in AI. So we are bringing the superpowers of Copilot directly into the Amplify editing experience to revolutionize the way you create and enhance content by providing you with writing assistance for all your communications. So you click the Copilot icon and Copilot will help you adjust the tone of your content to ensure your message lands just the way you want to. And then I'm going to take us to Viva Connections now and walk through what we've announced there. So if you go to the next slide, there will be a simplified home experience in Connections. And we also introduced, if we go to the next slide, the Hero Spotlight area at the top of our canvas on desktop earlier this year, but we're further enhancing those capabilities. So you'll have the ability to pin specific items. These can be arbitrary URLs, i.e. they don't need to be news items. You can update the visual representation of the items with image and title text, and you can pick sites from which to fetch content. So in other words, you can pull news into Connections from multiple sources. And then bringing us back to the Viva Connections feed, I want to talk about just an exciting upcoming change here. So it's transforming into sort of a best-in-class enterprise news reader. It's going to provide a uniform and customizable experience across desktop and mobile. Features like notifications and enhanced user engagement. And this new experience will also provide Copilot-driven news summaries, helping users stay abreast of the most important news more quickly. And we're expected to roll this out in early next calendar year. And then if we go to the next slide, another very cool thing the team is working on is bringing more engaged content into your Connections experience. So we're going to be working on a few things. There's an engaged feed card for the dashboard. Engaged announcements will start to show up in the announcements banner. And in the spotlight, we're going to expand the value of the carousel at the top of the page. So we're going to bring engaged campaigns and event content into the viewport here. And these capabilities will roll out over the course of calendar year 2025. And then finally, we are bringing Connections cards to the Copilot experience. So when a card is relevant for a specific topic, Copilot will understand that a Connections card can address the request based on the intent, and the card will be surfaced in the conversation chat, and users will be able to interact with it directly from Microsoft 365 Copilot without interrupting their flow. Whew, so that's a lot that the team has been building, and Thank you so much, Mike Walsh, for joining me. And I think that's it. I think we're out of time for the session, but thank you for joining. Please put any comments, questions in the chat and in the comment section of the page, and we will respond to them as soon as possible. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks a lot, Lucy. Looking forward to the employee self-service agent. Super
Thanks,
cool.
everybody.
Yep.
Bye.
All right. Bye.